Hello there, my name is Daniel Roberts. I'm the proud owner of FinTech Ltd. And by the time you finish watching this short video, you are going to be ready to make one of the biggest and best decisions you've ever made in your life. If you want to change your life, if you really want to have a life rather than just existing while surviving from one payday to the next, then you already are well on your way. So first off, I want to tell you a story that will let you know exactly why I'm here talking to you right now. It is a story that will explain why FinTech is a name that you will trust, a name that you will soon realize is going to change your life for the better, and not just for now, but forever. 18 months ago, I was the big boss of a successful technology company specializing in analyzing data. And one day, one of my analysts, Ben, was looking distracted, and I asked him if there was a problem. And I remember very clearly the moment as it turned out to be the catalyst to changing both of our lives beyond recognition. Ben just looked at me with what I can only describe as desperation in his eyes before telling me everything. Though he was earning good money working for me, as a provider he wanted more for his wife and children. He told me how he had been trading shares on the stock market and had taken advice from a number of people on how to succeed. The problem was, Ben didn't succeed. In fact, Ben had failed to the point that he hadn't been able to meet the mortgage payments on his home for the past 3 months. Everything in his life was now a complete mess. I asked Ben how much he needed to dig himself out of the hole he was in. I then wrote him a check for what he needed, and to protect his pride, I told him to look upon it as a long overdue bonus for all of his hard work. The look on Ben's face was reward enough, but I couldn't resist asking him how he actually had lost all of his money. The long and the short of it was that virtually every sentence of Ben's explanation began with, "I'm not sure," or "I think." Now, as we continued to talk, I then had what I can only describe as a light bulb moment. That moment in time when all of a sudden you have total clarity and vision. What Ben had been describing to me was actually financial analysis. He had been looking at financial figures and trends. My mind then started working 19 to the dozen on what was staring me right in the face. Data is data, and if we could successfully analyze business data for our clients, why couldn't we do the same with financial data? And guess what? We could. And we did. I worked on a simple algorithm, which is just a fancy word for a set of rules to follow when making a calculation. And on paper, it clearly worked. With a team of my 3 best analysts, we created a trial vision for what we called trading software. FinTech Ltd software works by creating multiple trades on binary options, which is the difference in value of a company's share value over the period of 1 hour. It is incredibly simple, yet incredibly safe because it doesn't rely on the price of shares only going up. They can go down in value and you'll make just as much money. And how can we make so much money with this software? Because there are over 2,600 companies trading on the UK stock market and over 5,000 in the US. Now, that's a lot of trades, every hour of the day. When we launched the test, I invested a modest $200. Within the first day, this had grown to $223.17. Now remember, this was our very first attempt, but by the end of the week, I had made $441. I had doubled my money. I couldn't believe it. The team then made some tweaks of the software and we launched our second trial version. Now this time I invested $5,000. By the end of the first day, this had grown to $6,898.77 and an amazing $26,000 in the first week. I thought we'd cracked it. The best was yet to come. On the Monday the programmers finished improving the software again. We then launched our final trial version. By now I was feeling pretty confident, and I invested $20,000. And I remember saying to the guys, if this makes $100,000 by the end of the week, I'll take back my $20,000 and you can share the rest among you as a bonus. But until Friday, nobody checks, okay? On the Friday afternoon, we all gathered around one computer and logged into my account. 2 seconds later, the screams and shrieks that came out of that room could have been heard way across town. I can tell you now that even my legs buckled as I looked at the screen in disbelief. It was incredible. It was unbelievable. Even after an hour of checking and double checking, FinTech Ltd's program had actually made me $441,000 in profit in just 5 days. And all we did was avoid checking the account. Not exactly hard work, was it? And that was still not the best bit. That came when Alan had asked me if I had been joking about the bonus, if the system had worked. I could not have been happier when I told him that the $441,000 was all of theirs. All theirs. Over the next few weeks, we worked further on developing the software while more and more members of the firm opened up accounts for themselves. Alan had explained to me that the reason the tweaks had improved on the original version was because The more data the system generated, the more accurate it had become. So now that we proved how successful the trading system is, you think that we'd be happy to sit back and just make 56 million while sunning myself on my yacht? Well, guess what? I do spend time enjoying the trappings of enormous wealth. This is true. Having more money than I ever could have imagined is fantastic, but it is not my nature just to think of myself. If I can make a fortune, why keep how I did it a secret? I want as many people as possible to make money just the way I have. I want to continue to experience that same feeling I had when the team discovered that they were going to be sharing the $441,000 between them. I want to make the same difference for you as I did for Ben. There's a story that a friend once told me that I think describes me perfectly. A young boy and his uncle went down to the beach where they discovered thousands of starfish stranded by the water's edge, all drying out in the heat of the sunshine. The young boy began running backwards and forwards, throwing all the starfish back in the water until he was nearly exhausted, blue in the face. His uncle then went up to him and told him that there was no point in what he was doing, as it wouldn't make any difference. With that, the boy threw the starfish that he was holding in his hands into the sea and said to his uncle, "I made a difference for that starfish. I know I can't make everyone rich, that I can't help everyone, but I can help you. So what do I want in return? Well, apart from knowing that I've made a difference in your life, what I don't want is your money. That's what I don't want. I don't need it. To join FinTech is totally free, and there are no catches." That's right, you heard me. There's no fee to join. Why? Because what I do want is your individual trading data. The more data we have, the more successful and accurate our software becomes. Remember, and that means everyone makes more money. Everyone, including you. I also want FinTech Ltd to grow and expand so I can register it on the stock market and have people invest in the company. And it will take time because we have to restrict our membership intake to only 7 people each day. That's right, only 7 people. And again, I hear you ask, why? Because of the success of FinTech Ltd relies on the effective data analysis, we like to triple check that our revolutionary software continues to achieve better and better results each time. If we add too many new members all at once, we can't perform those vital checks. As a result, we can't accept more members than 7 new members each day of trading, which is why we're not sending out this invitation to join FinTech to everyone we know. We are choosing just a lucky few, and there must be a reason why you've been chosen as one of the lucky few to receive this life-changing email. All you have to do now is check that registration is still open for today, or if not, come back earlier tomorrow, fill in the registration form, and that's it. You're on your way to becoming wealthy beyond your wildest dreams. Welcome to FinTech Ltd. And welcome to the beginning of a whole new life as you kiss goodbye all your financial worries and start living the life that you've always dreamed of living.